welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about Brit Co's secret to making the most grammable holiday cookies, Shawn Mendes opening up about his sexuality to Rolling Stone, and why Jerry Springer is headed back to the courtroom. Plus, comedian Mako Yo joins the table to discuss his new special, Blasian.
But first, on a recent episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim K revealed that she was high on ecstasy during an infamous 2003 sex tape with R&B singer Ray J. The news surfaced as Kim recounted her wild phase to shocked family members. Kim also confirmed that she's taken an illegal drug not once but twice, and even claimed that her first marriage to music producer Damon Thomas was due to being under the influence. I think
it happens.
It happens, and it should be no surprise that the entire Kardashian empire is due to ecstasy.
Right.
That kind of makes sense.
Guys, drugs can be great.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. They're bad.
Crack is whack.
This is an interesting, I mean, I think it's important to note that this was when she was much younger. She says that she had this wild phase when she was like in her late teens.
Right.
Her first marriage was at 19. So I think when you look at the woman she's become like 20 years later, it is a natural growth. I hope that happened. That
she doesn't drink now.
Yeah, that she's not doing ecstasy on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And also, we just say you don't have to do drugs to be fun. Even though Kim was trying to prove to Kendall and Scott that this is what.
If you do drugs with fun people, it can be really fun.
It can be
True.
extra fun.
That is true.
I just love that we had to say she was high on ecstasy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she didn't just do it, so she was high on ecstasy.
Can you take ecstasy and not get high?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you?
Can you get numb to it, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
But also, I love that she talks about her days with partying with Paris Hilton and Ibiza, because my favorite Kim Kardashian video is when Paris Hilton was ordering her around the closet.
Yeah.
That is so iconic. Because then you think about where Kim K is now and where Paris Hilton is now. It's like, whoa.
That is the
Humble
thing.
beginnings, being bossed by Paris Hilton.
I've just, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like, people give Kim Kardashian shit for becoming famous after having a sex tape, but it's like, you go try and become famous with a sex tape.
True.
There's plenty of sex
That's
tapes
a challenge, guys.
that don't result in a mega $1,000,000 empire. I'm just saying, if anyone in this room made a sex tape, I have a feeling it wouldn't be that.
Maybe a few views on Pornhub. Other than that, I don't think it's big empires that come from it.
Like, Kim really did a good job, so.
She did it. Oh, excuse me, Chris did a great job.
I'll give that to Chris Jenner.
It was all Chris.
But do you guys still have your wild side?
I did go dancing until 6 a.m. this last trip I was on.
What drugs did you use? What drugs did you use?
Just tequila.
Wow.
Just so
high off life.
Yeah. And I was exhausted. We talked about hangovers. I'm still feeling like uneasy.
You really are?
Like I haven't. I'm exhausted.
Are you
I'm so
hungover?
tired. But it's part of that whole thing where like the next day we like got up and then a day later I was like, why did we do that? And now it's been like 3 days and I'm like, I should do better.
And you traveled.
You traveled, right?
You dehydrated.
But no, my party days, no. That was like a
You
rare
can't
threat.
say that and then just say, but my party day, I'm in the middle of a 6-day hangover. My party days are over.
When you're on vacation, it's different, but like regularly in New York, like I don't party like I used to at like 21.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I was in Rio and I was out dancing to 6 a.m., but my days are over.
Oh, you didn't do any real hard drugs?
No, I don't do any real hard
So
drugs.
missed opportunity. What about you guys? Any hard street drugs? You guys doing anything? Trying heroin for the first time tonight?
I just do prescription pills. Nothing from,
great.
yeah. That's
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you ever like start rapping?
I'm gonna start calling you Lil Xan.
Yeah, Lil Xan. Oh, that's what my therapist calls me. Lil Xan. Lil Alley Van.
Little ooh.
Oh,
And it's
I
a
like
play
that.
on Ativan.
Yeah, got it.
No,
That's
oh,
good.
I was there. I don't need to be on drugs to get the drugs, you know?
No hard drugs, just lots of alcohol. I'm slowly making an enemy of every cab driver in the city. Last cab driver took me home after a blackout night. The credit card thing wasn't working. I swear it wasn't my fault, but I was like, it's not working. And he comes back in the backseat and he's like, okay, it's not working, so we drive to an ATM. And I get to the ATM and I'm like, pulling out my credit card, and I try it 15 times, but I forgot my PIN number.
Oh, no.
And then I'm like, oh no. And
Why? It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I know, I forgot it. I don't know why. And I go out to the drive, I'm like, so I forgot my PIN, but I have $6. And the cab was like $25. He's like, She just grabs it and drives away, and I was like, okay.
Okay, that is insane male privilege right there, because the last time I was drunk in a cab, the guy didn't know where to take me, and I was explaining to him. He literally stopped in like a desolate area, and a man in a white van rolled up and was like, can you help me with instructions? Like the cab driver asked him, and then next thing I know, the guy in the white van was like, how much is on the meter? I'll just pay for it and take her home.
Oh.
And I had to literally scream and hold the door shut and be like, there's no way I'm gonna get in the van. Literally, a guy in a white van tried to buy me.
You told me that story,
God.
and I was like thinking about it for 2 days afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
really
insane.
scary.
I
like-
still have PTSD from that. Like,
Yeah.
that's why I think I don't party and go
I
out
don't really
late.
drink, yeah, because
it's not safe.
don't you feel bad after getting that sloppy?
No, he's like, I just got a
Sometimes.
free ride for $6.
I got a ride for $6, so it's like, kind of my behavior is just approved in my
Yeah.
life. I'm a white man. I just fail upwards.
Yeah, you do.
I told you guys the time I took that cab, this was when I was drunk in college, and the cab driver stopped, and I didn't have any of my money or my wallet, anything on me, because I gave my bag to my friend at the club, and then I left the club.
Yeah.
And the taxi stopped, and I just got out and I ran.
I would be in jail if I tried to do that. So privilege is a beautiful thing, guys.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Oh, well.
Good
On
times.
that note, and now it's time for Brunch with Brit. Brit Morin is currently in San Francisco at the Brit Co headquarters, which she sent over this special segment on how to make the most grammable holiday cookies this year. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, I'm here with Ashley McNeil. She's the owner of Mix, Bake, Decorate Cake Shop, and we are decorating some holiday cookies today. So before we get started, I have to tell you, this looks a little scary and intimidating to me.
These ones are a little bit more advanced, so you don't worry about
Okay,
that.
we're not
but
doing
these
this.
ones, we're gonna do these ones over
Okay.
here.
Those are
They
pretty.
look advanced, but they're actually really, really easy to do. And I'm gonna show you a couple of tricks and tips so that
Okay.
you guys can make your holiday cookies super awesome this year.
Ooh, let's do it. Okay, so we have a snowflake right here.
Yes.
It's been pre-baked, thank
Yes,
you.
and I already lined it with some royal icing for
Okay,
you.
great.
And I've already stacked our different colored icings. I did a dark gray, a light gray, and a white. And we're gonna just pour it
You
over
just
the
pour
cookie.
this straight in here? Like this, is that?
Just like, maybe a
Maybe
little bit more,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just trying to be conservative.
And now we're gonna take our little toothpick or wand.
Like beautiful wands, Harry Potter style.
And we're just gonna swirl this to the edges
Okay.
of the cookie.
Oh, we're making like a marbling effect here. Oh, cool. You must do this a lot, huh?
Every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
What are the most cookies you've ever made?
In
a day?
In
Like
a day.
hundreds?
Maybe about 200 cookies in one
200
day.
cookies?
Yeah.
Okay, yours is done.
I'm done.
Okay,
yeah.
I see where we're going with this though. So you just go all
Yeah.
the way to the edges.
Once we're done with these, we're just gonna set them aside.
Okay.
And I actually already have some already dried for us to use for later.
Okay.
And then while we're waiting, we're gonna start our snowflake.
Okay.
It's gonna go on the top of our cookie.
Yes.
We actually just Googled clip art.
Nice.
And we printed it out on a piece of paper,
internet's
the right
good for
size.
something, right, guys?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we put a little piece of wax paper over the top so that our
like
chocolate
tracing
wouldn't.
paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that way it doesn't stick.
Okay.
And we already have some melted chocolate here.
All right.
So you're just gonna go ahead and trace the lines of the
it's just a
snowflake.
stencil. Okay,
Yep. And
I
then we're
see.
gonna place it in the freezer after.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then you just trace along the lines, getting all the little details.
Little snowflakes. Chestnuts roasting by the open fire. I think a pro tip would be to put on some holiday music while
Definitely.
you're doing
yes.
this, right?
Yep.
Okay, great.
And if you just want to do another little line, I actually have some already made for us
Perfect.
to use for today.
Love it. Love that we have some pre-made.
Yep,
Okay.
so just place those aside. And I actually added some sanding sugar to this and a little sugar pearl.
Do you have to do
right
that
in the
while it's still
center.
wet? It's
While
like glitter?
It's still
yeah.
wet, yeah.
Okay. This is a beautiful pearl. I can't believe this is all edible. It's so pretty.
Thank you.
There's our beautiful marbled cookie.
Yep.
Love it.
Already done.
Dry, okay.
And then-
how long did we put this in the refrigerator? Like 5 minutes?
For about like 5-7 minutes,
Okay.
just so it's hard enough for you to be able to peel off without getting any chocolate on your fingers.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then we're gonna take the same chocolate bag.
Okay.
We're just gonna put a little dollop right in the center.
Dollop in the center.
Yep.
Got it.
Just so that we can make sure our snowflake sticks to our cookie.
This is a glue. Okay. And we need to be gentle, right? These are
Very
kind of like
gentle because they are a little sensitive. And you're just gonna place
sensitive snowflakes.
Yep.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
we are done.
That's so pretty. I don't think I can eat it though. It's too pretty.
You can.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I'm going to impress all my friends this Christmas.
Yes, and everybody could do this. So
yeah, that was
very
so
easy.
simple. Well, if you have a cookie swap coming up or you just want to get inspired, we've got more ideas like this over at our Brit Co cookie guide. Just go to Brit.co to find more. Ashley McNeil, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brit. Be sure to check out more at www.brit.co. We'll see you at the table very soon.
Yeah. All right, so in the December issue of Rolling Stone, pop singer Shawn Mendes opens up about his sexuality. Mendes tackled the internet's obsession with his love life, saying, in part, "In the back of my heart, I feel like I need to be seen with someone, like a girl in public, to prove to people that I'm not gay. Even though in my heart I know that it's not a bad thing, there's still a piece of me that thinks that, and I hate that side of me." What do you guys think about this?
I have so many feelings about this. I feel like he's definitely going through a lot, and the part of him that's struggling, I do feel for, because I can imagine, like, like a young person being scrutinized, and like that on a magnifying, like under a magnifying glass, it just would be so intense. But he's really struggling with this.
Yeah.
It really sounds intense and horrible. I mean, him leaving like the movie theater when he was watching Love, Simon, because his song was released while he was watching that film in theaters, and he had a panic attack and had to leave. He's so obsessed with, like, I don't know what to say.
Seems very self-conscious and have a lot of anxiety. Like, I definitely feel bad for him just because it's just like he's so, on one hand, I feel like a lot of the people saying that he's gay and whatever, and him saying, he wishes he didn't feel bad about being perceived that way, and I believe him. I wish he doesn't feel bad, but more so, I do think it's sad to him that when people are constantly critiquing the way he crosses his legs, the way he has hand gestures, the way he does, because I think if you're an effeminate guy, whatever people consider that to be, and that makes you gay, I feel bad about that, because I hate that too. So I felt for him from there, but also it kind of seems like he's 20 years old. I mean, I'm only 25, but there is, like, he reminds me of my younger brother and how my younger brother reacts to social media and people perceiving him and stuff. And there's just like, those kids, not kids, they're just the way they've been on social media since they were like 7 or something. He grew up on Vine. So it's like, he seems just very in tune to like what people are saying about him, how he's perceived, and it seems exhausting.
It's a whole nother level of criticism, I think. It's like when you're that big, you're that popular, and people are literally picking apart the way you cross your legs, that sucks. I think that's where his anxiety is coming from. Maybe not so much about him struggling with his identity, but more about people just putting him in boxes that he doesn't feel like he belongs in.
Yeah, I feel bad because I feel like a lot of his fans are coming from a really great place where they want to be supportive and like usher him out of the closet. In their mind, they're like, yeah, we're here for you, and he's like, but I don't identify as gay,
so my journey.
Please. Yeah, so it's like, it's tough because I feel like they're coming from a good place, but it's also putting all this pressure on him, and I feel bad that he expresses that he's like looking at videos and criticizing himself, and that I can't imagine being under a microscope and just like waking up having panic attacks, worrying about, oh, Taylor Swift put a video of me with glitter eyeshadow on, and now people are going to talk about it for the next couple of weeks and say that it's proof. That's a lot of pressure to just have on you constantly, to not be able to just be yourself. I think we need to like have more room to allow men to be feminine and not be like, well, there he is, he crossed his legs, he's gay. It's just like that weirdness where I'm just like, I don't understand why we are struggling with allowing people to just be like feminine or masculine without it having like a greater meaning.
And I also think the fact that he is only 20 years old and we're like pigeonholing him with his sexuality. It's like, and he's like, he even says in the article at some point about like, he understands his sexuality and like, also it's fine if you don't and you're 20 years old. Like, why do we expect Shawn Mendes to know everything about like sexuality at 20 years old when like, I just, like, leave him alone.
And he said in a tweet when he was getting...
Leave Shawn alone!
I even, like, it's such a weird twist ending also, because then the reporter, like, shares the detail about when he was in like in that festival, he leaves with a bartender and he makes sure to tell us that he goes back to his hotel with this bartender. And I'm just like, did we really need that? I think the lesson here was like we should stay out of it and let him just figure things out without putting under a microscope.
Yeah. Well, he had a tweet too where he was getting a lot of backlash, and then he was like, if I were a person struggling with my identity, all of this criticism is not helping. People lose their lives over this.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to let people be on their own identity journey. You can't force somebody out of the closet just because you think that's where they need to be, you know? So I think that was like the bigger takeaway is that like we need to just let young people figure things out on their own and stop trying to make them be what we think they should be.
It's like it's almost like an old way of thinking. It's like counterproductiveness of like forcing people out of the closet. It's a good thing. While you're forcing these social constructs onto people, and what we're learning more and more every day is that sexuality is this spectrum, and it's sometimes undefinable. And this may not even apply to Shawn, who may just identify as straight and be straight for the rest of his life. But now it's like that should not be a thing anymore. Like people shouldn't really. If you do want to come out and be a spokesperson for the LGBTQ community, awesome, but you don't have to be. You don't have to identify as that. I think I just felt bad for him, someone who he's just a young guy, like let him just be him. But also I thought the interview is not all serious, it is kind of funny, and he talks about like, apparently he's like, dude, I have no game. Like apparently Shawn Mendes, look at Shawn Mendes, he like can't pick up girls or whatever, which is so funny. I picture like he just walks up to them and like oh my God. But
because he's gay. No, I'm joking.
I love that he was like, I love weed.
I was gonna mention
and then he was like, I won't tweet that. And I was like, you just said it in an article, what's the difference?
In the Rolling Stone.
Well, you know, he tweeted after the Rolling Stone article saying that like his tweet had some implications that he wasn't totally happy with the article or how the story was told, which I kind of agree with. I agree with what you said. Like that ending was shady.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I don't know. It blurred a weird line for me. And I don't know. There is like a big, heavy focus on. I don't want to say it reads as homophobic because that's not how it felt. But he has so much fear and angst about the gay community that like. I could see him being uncomfortable with how it reads because it to me, I don't know.
See, I didn't get that vibe. I think it was more, I mean, I think we've all had our own journeys with this. Like sometimes I'm not the most feminine woman in the world. And I'm like, how am I being portrayed? I think we all have our own insecurities. So I think he was actually just being really open and honest. He was like, yeah, I'm more of a feminine man. And like, I want that to be okay, but society tells me it's not. And so I think it's him struggling with that more versus like him saying like, this is bad, this is good.
Okay.
He also seems like a relatively like nerdy guy who like has not been exposed to a lot in his life. Like he said he just said fuck on stage for the first time ever and like felt bad about it. Like he seemed like he's just getting into smoking weed or whatever. So it seems like, you know, he's like.
Man, he's a baby.
He wants to try shrooms.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cute where he was like, I'm interested in shrooms, but I'm not ready yet.
Yeah.
Like,
so cute.
He definitely wants to explore more.
But he's a very disciplined guy. Like he works out every day, he does singing lessons every day, and he never says no to a selfie. It's like his 3 rules for every day or whatever. He's a very, you know, disciplined guy. Another thing he revealed is that he dated Hailey Baldwin for a little bit, or they were friends or whatever, more than friends. So
Which reminds me of Justin Bieber.
Well, I didn't realize that he like felt insecure after Justin Bieber released No Brainer, because it was basically like she chose me over you, and I didn't realize that was about Shawn Mendes.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Do we know that that's
No,
how
but that's how he read it. Like he interpreted it that way.
Did he really do that, or did the article said that that happened, but it didn't come from him?
Okay.
And Shawn later says, I love Justin Bieber, I admire Justin Bieber, so I don't,
Texted her congratulations on their engagement. And
but we don't know if she texted back, you know?
Whoa,
so like, Hailey wins. Yeah, I know. That's all I was thinking about. I was like, yeah, but did she text back? That's what matters. Like, I want to hear from her, like, were you really dating or were you just friends? Because why would you walk the red carpet and be like, we're friends, we're friends, we're friends? And now in this article, he's like, we were more than friends.
Well, he said it's a limbo. He said we were like in limbo.
Something weird. He was like, I feel stupid, like my heart just couldn't.
Oh. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I wasn't sure about that either.
I don't know. A+ for being vulnerable. B- for being confusing.
Really vague.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of his though. I just think it would be so hard to be. He like was thrust into the limelight this year. He literally went from 0 to 100. He came out of nowhere for me. So I'm sure that would be hard to deal with. And he's just kind of processing all of this, I guess, now.
Yeah, I mean, it's shocking because we've known about him for years. So
See, I didn't.
When I read the article, I was like, wow, he's only 20. Like I knew him from MagCon, and I'm glad that he's the like one of the few people who's coming up from MagCon, because the other one's like Nash Greer, no thanks. No thanks.
Yeah, I wasn't that deep into Divine, so I really didn't know about him until his first song, to be honest. Yeah.
6-second videos made him famous.
I love Divine.
That's all it takes.
Congrats,
Sometimes
Shawn.
it is.
Woo! In other news, Jerry Springer is slamming down the gavel. The talk show host is entering the courtroom and stepping into a new role as Judge Jerry, where he'll preside over legal disputes before a studio audience. News of the court show set to launch in fall 2019 comes merely months after the Jerry Springer Show bid farewell after 27 years in June.
Jerry,
Wow,
Jerry.
Steve. Oh, remember Steve?
Yeah,
He
the
was
best
so
bodyguard
great.
ever.
He was kind of hot.
I was into it.
Yeah, he was always wearing those tight denims.
That
Like,
show.
Denims.
The Jerry Springer Show.
Whenever I was homesick, I would watch Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Or Game Show Network, and I would flick between the channels. But if my mom came in the room to see how I was doing, I would like quickly change back off Jerry Springer because I didn't want her to see me homesick being like, he's the daddy!
Can we talk about the fact that this show was on for 27 years?
27 good years
Yeah.
at that.
I mean,
How many
quality program.
How many love affairs did he expose?
So many.
OMG.
Okay,
How
you're
many
cheating on-
final thoughts? Oh, that was
Oh.
my favorite part. If you watch the show, the final thoughts were actually really deep and like.
And he wrote those.
Yeah, and they're motivating. They're like, be yourself. Like, don't look for love outside. It comes from within. Like, let people go. You're like, whoa.
I just wish he would have done his final thoughts tweeting from a bathtub, just like,
Like Rev Run.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a nice moment.
Maybe.
Meanwhile, on that show, though, like a poor woman would be be having some affair, and the audience goes like, boo, boo.
But you know, what he always did was treat his guests with respect.
Yes.
Which I love because he had some hot mess of people on that show.
Did he have the cake
And
and
he
cake number on
always
that
treated
show?
people so nicely and with respect, no matter how ridiculous their story was.
I would watch that show and I was like scared. Like I was in bed watching it sick. I was like 9. And then there would be like a 9-year-old girl on TV and she'd be like, I like sex and I'm good at it. I'd be like, what?
You're like, ooh, this cool dance moves you got there.
Have you seen that one? I don't know if it was him or Maury, but she was like, I'm 15 and I want a baby. Look, I have all these baby clothes. I'm ready to be a mother. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
What else does she need? Literally, that's all you need is a baby clothes.
Yeah, there's
so
people,
good.
that woman that would come on and she was like afraid of pickles.
That's Maury.
Maury.
Oh, that's great. That's
It's hard to.
What was that clip where that girl was like, my favorite popsicle flavor is dick? Is that it? Or is that just a viral video that somebody made up?
Maybe
They
the
got
viral
me.
video.
I don't know what it is, but can you show it to me after the show? Because I feel like I need to see that.
I literally was like, I didn't even know they made dick flavored popsicles. And then I was like, oh, wait.
This is gonna be a courtroom show, though.
Yeah, this
yeah.
judge
It's
shows.
really disturbing.
Actually,
He has
why
a
did
law
they just
degree.
reboot Jerry
He
Springer?
he was a mayor.
He was a mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor.
He has a law
Cincinnati.
degree.
And a lawyer. So this actually, you know what?
Do you have a
makes sense.
southern accent?
Maybe.
And a
He was a mayor and a lawyer.
The law.
I get a little southern when I talk about Jerry Springer.
Who do you think is gonna win in a wrestling match? Judge Judy or Judge Jerry?
Judge Judy.
Judy every day of the
right.
week.
Judy's
She's
so-
scrappy.
She's hot.
Did you see her in that bikini? She's got
Yeah.
muscles.
The first time I saw her legs, I was like, Judge Judy has legs. Like, I just never thought about it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
she's
it's so
just
crazy.
like a head in her
I've
robe.
seen her in person eating dinner.
Oh, wow, really?
She's
Starstruck.
so awesome.
Yeah, I love her so much.
Well,
Yo, she's loaded.
And she made $147 million last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I can
She's
see why Jerry's being a judge
consistently-
now.
Is she single?
No.
No,
she's very
married.
happily married.
Very happily
But
married.
she's been consistently the #1 show in that daytime market for
Totally.
years. I think the judge shows are hard. Like there's Judge Joe Brown. You kind of find your favorite judge, but Jerry has the built-in audience. So I feel like I'm excited to
But
see.
is there
him.
gonna be like fighting on this judge show? Are we gonna see some
No.
girl?
No. It's not that
It's gonna be
type of show.
formal. It's gonna be very formal. It's gonna be
a courtroom.
It's a courtroom show. You have to respect the court, even though it's not a real
no.
court. You
But
gotta
he's got a
respect
whole
it.
different energy. Like I said, he's so nice and respectful. She's like, no, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him being like that. He might be like this nice, heartfelt. He might have like final thought moments with people.
Because
love
courtroom
that.
TV is just arbitration, right? That's what it is, essentially. Just
Small claims.
Small claims for, yeah.
Yeah, I think no settlement is above $1,500 or something.
Right.
And they like pay the settlement. So if you decide to be a guest on one of these shows, they pay the settlement because you're coming on TV to embarrass yourself, basically.
God,
I have
love-
family members who have been on.
What?
Oh, no.
You should be proud.
Yeah.
They're TV
I have family
stars.
members who were on Judge Joe Brown.
Whoa.
Really?
It wasn't a highlight for my family.
You sure?
That's all I'm gonna share about that. But
I'm gonna find that episode
Yeah, we need to
somehow.
hear that.
I have it on a VHS tape somewhere, I think.
Wow. I know how to fix VCRs if you ever
Do
need
you really?
help. Yeah.
Look at that, build brunch. And now it's time for our special guest. Michael Yeoh is a 2-time Emmy nominee, comedian, and actor who's best known for his work with Chelsea Handler and Joe Coy. Now he's making his stand-up comedy special debut with Blasian. The special tackles the beauty and complexities of family with all its ups and downs, no matter skin color, race, or religion. Let's take a look.
Black father, Korean mother, and I tell you what, my black father gave me whoopings, yes, but there is no beat down like an Asian mom beat down. It's not, man. If you don't believe me, I got 2 questions for you. When's the last time you seen an Asian kid act bad in public? Or even talk? You don't even see Asian moms hit their kids. You just hear a sound. Kid on the floor. My mom did it to me all the time. Why? Because our moms are ninjas, that's why. My mom is a ninja. Every night when I was a kid, we ate dinner at 6:30, right? So my mom's running behind. And Asian moms love to beat us with wooden spoons, you know? Like, because they're short, so they can use it as a go-go gadget on her. You know, they can pull stuff off the shelves. But this day, she was cooking her rice with it, right? It's 6:30. My mom's running behind. She looks at me and goes, "Hey, boy, set table." I'm a punk-ass kid. I go, "Set the table? Mom, forget you." Blackout.
Everyone, please give a warm Build Brunch welcome to Michael Yeoh.
Yes! Yes! Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, no, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So, Michael, tell us about your special, Blasian.
Oh, yeah.
Which I have the cover for right here.
It's all about family, no politics at all. You know, I feel like the world is being separated and there's so much hate. So I wanted to create a comedy special where everybody, like, can watch it over Christmas or watch it as a family and watch my family story, and then you find out at the end it's all about love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's really about. It's about my Asian mom. You know, she's Korean, she's kind of racist, but whatever. And my dad, who's black, you know, which is very odd that, yeah, my mom, you know, Asian people say racist things all the time, but they don't mean it. You know, like my mom was like, you know, like, I remember my dad has a PhD in nuclear physics, so he's very smart. So my dad was like, "I'm not stupid, I'm smart." My mom goes, "Everybody in Korea had PhD." Like, you're nothing. You're nothing, you know? Like, you're a basic Asian. That's what you are, black man. That's
PhD, basic Asian.
Basic Asian, that's what it equals. So it's all about growing up in Houston, Texas, all white neighborhood, you know, so the stereotypical jokes I got, like being black and Asian, kids were like, "You're the only guy that could steal a car and wreck it on the way home." You know, little things like that. But it's, hey, no, I'm fine. Don't feel sorry for me, it's all good. But those are the type of stories I tell in my story to get it out there and at the end you see, I turned out okay, I have a wife now, I have a baby who's black. Yeah, right, thank you. I have a baby who's black, white, and Asian. He's a panda. We gave birth to a panda bear. He's so cute. So it's changed my life, and I'm just putting it out there, man. I'm just putting it out there. So that's what the special's about.
That's very exciting. And why do you think it's important to share that experience as, you know, black, Asian, a Blasian?
Because there's so much hate in the world, and people don't understand. I mean, you just got to turn on the news. We're like, saying that immigrants are bad. Like, my mom's an immigrant, you know? My mom has tried to do her best in this world. My dad went through segregation, which is so weird. I was on stage the other night and I went, my dad went through segregation. And then I hit it. My dad went through segregation. He's only 75 years old. We try to act like it's so far away, but really, it's my dad. And I just try to draw that, look, you can be from any culture, any ethnicity, but in the end, we all got to live together. You know, we all got to make it happen, and this is our world, and we got to make it work. You know, through love. So. And
when you look at that family photo, that's every family. You know
oh my God, yeah. I know one thing about that
photo. You got a big smile.
I do. You can tell I'm not adopted, too. I mean, straight up, you know that's my parents right there. It's like somebody smashed their face together.
And then they use like a make a baby online thing like that. It's like, what?
That is me.
That is you.
The
100%.
Facemore app,
100%.
You've been killing it in the entertainment industry for a while now as a comic. Can you tell us your journey getting into it? Like, when did you start?
Here's the deal. I was on Chelsea Handler's show, Chelsea Lately.
Yes.
And yes, I love her. I love her. Love her. Here's the thing about Chelsea. At that time, she was the American Idol for comics. Like, literally, you would go on her show, and then you would sell out across the country. Comics have actually retired, and then she brought them back and started re-kicked off their career again. So I got on Chelsea where they had 3 comics, and then I was the expert because I was just a host. So they didn't want everybody dogging celebrities, so I was the one that defended them. So Chelsea called me the kiss ass, the celebrity kiss ass.
I remember that.
So so she made fun of me the whole time. And then I started flying to interview different celebrities, and every city I went to, they went, "Oh, where are you performing?" So I was like, oh shit, people think I'm a celebrity. I mean, think I'm a comic. I might as well try it. So I tried it in Miami, and it went so well. I was supposed to do 3 minutes. I did 15 minutes.
That's amazing.
And I called my mom as soon as I walked off the stage, and I went, Mom, this is what I was born to do. And it came through on stage. And yeah, I just love it so much. Because in Hollywood, I'm gonna say this, in Hollywood, you get so many no's. And when you get that no, you can go on stage and have 400 people go, yes, yes, yes. And that's what feels so good about it.
Love that.
So you definitely owe a big thank you to Chelsea for...
Chelsea Handler, Joe Coy is the first, he's my mentor.
Right.
I mean, he just sold 30,000 tickets in Hawaii. And our shows are very similar where basically I'm his understudy. He took me on the road, and he was like, the one thing about comedy he told me that I will remember for the rest of my life, he said, everybody outgrows jokes, but they don't outgrow you. So make your comedy about yourself, and then you become a real life sitcom. So every 2 years from now, people are gonna go, oh, your kid's 3, and now you've been married 4 years. And so your whole life is a moving tribute that people wanna hear more than, because everybody outgrow a joke. We've seen several comics in the industry that were big and then disappeared because they never let themselves out. It was just about the joke. And Joe always preached to me, it's not about the joke, it's about you and getting people into you and making that funny.
Is there anything you won't share?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, in the bedroom with my wife.
Okay.
She's like, no, none of our bedroom stuff is going there. Because her parents like to come to my shows, and that gets, I said one thing one time, and it was weird. On that car ride home, it was very quiet. I was like, ooh, okay, all right.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, it's a very good rule, very good rule. So, yeah.
And you're also you're co-hosting Play-by-Play on Bravo.
Yes.
With Jerry O'Connell, who we're all huge fans of.
Jerry O'Connell is the best.
We love Jerry at Builds.
We're not over. He was here like a couple months ago, and we're still not over it. He was so much fun.
So much fun.
I mean, like Jerry is the type of guy, it's just love. When he walks into the room, you're just like, oh. Like you want to hug him, and he's so nice. He pays attention to you, he talks to you, and he really cares. And when he asked me to be on that Bravo show, Play-by-Play, oh my God, it was the best thing. So we're just waiting to see if it gets picked up. So we should know like in a week or so. But it was so fun to do it, rated well. And now it's so weird to be, because I work for SiriusXM too. I got a Michael Yo show. But now I know Andy Cohen. And it's so weird watching him. And now he's like, Michael Yo! I'm like, ah! You know, so I love to stay in the world being a fan rather than being on the other side. So I remember when Justin Timberlake gave me a shout out on stage. You know, literally, I was surrounded by 12-year-old girls. He was late for an interview. And then to make up for it, I was just standing there watching the show, and he goes, Michael, yo! And I went, ah! And I started high-fiving the 12-year-old girls around me, man. It was the best moment of my life, man. Like Justin Timberlake. So yeah, I still get caught up into, oh my God, I know this person. You know, I love the industry. I love like talking about pop culture. It's just so fun to do.
And you have so many different projects. You also have the Facebook Watch Show Starter Pack. You mentioned your Sirius show, the
Fox, and Fox just picked up my sitcom from the special. They saw the special. Samada at Fox, thank you so much. They bought the show in the room. And so now me and Nick Adams, who wrote New Girl, and he's writing BoJack right now. We're writing the pilot for my own sitcom. So, you know, it's still, you know, you still got to get over the hump, but we're going in the right direction. So fingers crossed on that.
How do you balance that, or how do you pick projects? Because it seems like there's so much coming your way.
You know what? It's all entertainment, though. It's all the same thing. It's like a chef at a restaurant. He can make a burger, he can make fish, he can make fries. You're not like, hey, how do you cook all that stuff? You know, you're like, nah, I just do it.
Yeah.
You know, because you love it. And that's the main thing, is love what you do.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can feel that love.
I love you guys. That's what I'm saying.
Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Woo!
You can catch Michael's comedy special, Blasian, today on Amazon, iTunes, Google Play, and many other platforms. That's all from us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table. Woo! Michael!
Yes!